Here for 2 minutes. Here for 2 minutes.
Gma, your speaker's on.
Sorry. Okay. Aw.
Yes, you need a bath. Yes, you do.
Dogs. Welcome to Friday Night with Friends, everyone. I am your host, Rainy Ryder, live from Mississippi. Tonight we have with us Dwight Smokums, live from Florida. Dry Heat Doug, live from the Arizona desert. And Gma, live from Tacoma. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening.
All right. See, I'm trying to be more professional. All right, everybody. So tonight we are talking about the worst wrecks we've ever had. So I'd like to open up with, first of all, it's been a heck of a last 2 weeks. The week before last was horrible. This week wasn't much better. So let's open up with just, let's have some engaging discussion here. And let's kind of just hope this world gets a little better this next week, because these last 2 weeks have been atrocious. So
Yup.
with that in mind, who wants to start us off? I say Gma is probably the more experienced of all of us. So, and I know you've had wrecks. You lie if you say you don't. So tell us about a wreck.
No. Well, I'll tell you about my very first memorable wreck, because I think it's made a lot of difference in my gear choices since then, and my theory about gravel. So anyway, I was a kid, and I think I was 11 or 12, and I still remember this wreck. So you recognize how much this kind of stuck here. So I was on a motorcycle that was clearly too big for me because it was my dad's. And we would go up in the hills above Cle Elum, and he would throw us on motorcycles and say, be back by lunch or whatever, you know? So I take off and I go out riding the dirt and the gravel. And I went around a corner on this motorcycle that was clearly too big for me by myself, which is how I roll anyway. We know this. And I dropped it because I was probably coming in too hot. And I got stuck underneath of it because it was a big bike. And this would have been okay had I maybe been wearing at least some pants, but I was wearing shorts and sneakers. And so by the time...
I was not prepared what you were going to say.
No, it stopped.
Well,
I'm trying to behave.
You're in Tacoma. We don't know what they do up there. That's weird stuff. All right,
This
go
is
ahead.
way back when in Cle Elum. And so anyway, um, I'm stuck underneath the motorcycle, and the cylinder, um, before somebody came and picked the bike up off me, just some random guy picks the bike up. I kind of scuttled my way back out from under it. I had a huge blister on the inside of my knee, and it was about the size of the palm of my hand, and it hurt so bad. And about this time, my dad rolls up, and he's like, looks at me, he looks at it, and he goes, "Anything broken?" No. He's like, well, he was concerned, was the bike broken? Well, the bike was not broken. He looks at me and he says, okay, get back to camp. I was like, I can't ride. Yes, you can. Get on the bike. Go. And so I got on the bike. I rode back to camp. And my dad looked at it for a minute and he goes, well, he gave me some aspirin because nobody had Tylenol or Motrin back then. Asked me if I wanted some whiskey. I did not. I didn't like the way it tasted back then. And put a wet washcloth on it, you know, the kind of terry cloth with all the little fibers and stuff. Slapped that on there. And then his girlfriend comes by and goes, oh, no, just put some ice on top of it, not that. So they take that off. They put some ice straight on it. You know how well that went, too. So by this time, I'm crying. And I'm like snot down my face and the whole 9 yards. And I remember because my brother told me about it. And he was trying to console me. But so my dad tells me, well, go walk it off until you get your shit together. It doesn't hurt that bad. It couldn't hurt that bad. I've wrecked a lot worse than that. It didn't hurt that bad. And my brother was like, well, this isn't you. And then my brother's like, she's a girl. My dad's like, that's no excuse. I do remember that conversation. And so anyway, I walked it off. And that night, I had to sleep outside of the camper because I was like, I still kind of snuffly and crying. You know, my dad just wanted to sleep, and he's drunk on his ass. So my brother and I threw a couple of sleeping bags outside, and I sat up and I tried to sleep, and I couldn't sleep because it hurt so bad. And I'd put a wet washcloth on it because he didn't know any better. And my dad at some point had slapped some butter on it. And
the good old days.
Oh, yeah. So the next morning, we hop on the bikes and we go down to my grandma's house. And my grandma looks at it and she goes, well, it's starting to scab over now. I'm like, ah. And she again offers me some whiskey. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Well, do you want some beer? No, I don't want any beer. So they gave me some aspirin. And they're all kind of like, well, do. And so my grandma looks at it, discovers that it is starting to scab over, and so she slaps some tea bags on it. And hot tea bag, which, let me tell you, I still remember that hurt like a motherfucker. And I have still a very fine little scar there that you can see on the inside of my knee. But it advised me a couple of things, and I know it's a long story, and I'm getting to the end of it.
We have 2 hours.
Number one, I don't wear shorts when I ride. Number two, I know that the best thing you can always do, if at all possible, is get up and ride again. So, you know, my dad did instill that in me. Hey, Steve.
So how old were you when they were trying to give you all this whiskey?
Oh, 11-ish.
11? That's what I thought you said.
I come from a long line
the good
of
old
drunks.
days. No, I remember the if you're sick. I mean, when I was a kid, 8 years old, it's like, oh, you've got a cold, you've got the flu.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make you a hot toddy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's
Well,
make you a toddy.
Hey,
By
Joe.
God, they'll let anybody in here, won't they?
My grandma tried to talk me into giving my daughter something she called a sugar tit. It was sugar and raisins and rum all mixed together when she was teething.
Right. Hang on a sec. Go pet that idiot so he'll shut up.
I'm gonna mute you for just a little bit.
Big and bad. Whenever people yeah, we got Angel over here. He's working on his truck. We got the wife
Nice.
over here. I mean, we got the whole busted ass crew on deck tonight.
Apparently, Timmy's in a well.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
We had a Walmart sack blow up in the backyard one night when we were hanging out on the patio, and it moved just right where it tripped one of the security lights. And he saw this thing hovering about 3 foot off the ground, and that dog lost his mind. You'd have thought Bigfoot just stepped in my backyard.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Bubba alerts when anybody walks by my front yard. As a matter of fact, I think he must have heard that because he's out looking for where the dog is.
Oh, ours goes nuts for. You can tell that the FedEx guys come now. Sometimes when somebody's coming up to the door cam, when it dings, she'll like alert. But as soon as the FedEx truck comes around the corner, she starts barking like immediately, and it's like, what the hell? So, anyway, so yeah, I remember the days when they would try to give you whiskey when you were 8 years old to mostly to put you asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whining thing again. That's probably why they're trying to give you whiskey, make you stop whining.
Oh yeah.
Old people
And
are crazy.
I was like, and I think it probably did me a good thing on that regard too, because now it's like I have to really be hurting to cry emotionally. Anything else, I'm not a crier.
All right. So we kind of lost you a little bit. So you learned from that to not wear shorts on a bike
Oh hell yeah.
and to not cry.
Yeah, no, you don't wear shorts on a bike. Even though I do on occasion.
No, I'm not
So-
saying it's bad for anybody else. I'm saying for me, that's my choice.
Oh, the one time I got on a bike with shorts was on the BMW, the R100, and had the opposed cylinders, and it was just the right height to put that cylinder right into my leg, and
Yep.
lesson learned, self-correcting error, never did it again.
Yep.
But anyway, and that wasn't
Yeah.
that was what the unfaired R100. So the cylinders hung out on each past the block about a foot. So that thing in the middle was a fake little thing. Everybody thought that was the engine, and I was like, that's just the crankcase. Engine sticks out to
Yeah.
the side. I remember a guy coming up one time saying, "What is that? A 250?" Yeah, you want to race? Let's go. Anyway, so my first big race. Now keep in mind, before this, I'd had a Suzuki S90, and not the S90 that they have now. That's like the big slugger. This thing was a 90cc dirt bike, and so it went 0 to 35 in 10 seconds. But that's as fast as it would go. I graduated from that bike to my brother bought a Honda 454 Limited. So now I had a bike that would actually spin the back tire. And so we would get out on that in tennis shoes, cut-off shorts, no shirt, no helmet, no sleeves, no gloves, and aviator sunglasses. And we lived on a little hill, so we'd come around that hill and just bury the throttle and spin dirt all the way up the hill.
Yep.
Well, there was a cyclone fence around it, and one time coming up it, I hit my knee on the divider between the actual car gate and the man gate, and cracked my kneecap.
Ow.
And that was the first bad accident I had. Literally, I'm probably 13 years old, and that was it. Knocked me right off the bike. Well, of course, there was an old early '70s Honda. While I was down on the ground, flopping around, my stepbrother goes, "My turn!" Jumps on the bike and takes off. So I hobbled up. We're kids, whatever. And so I hobbled up to the house, put ice on it, and my knee was never the same after that. But at least I had to learn how to walk and stuff again. It was pretty fun. So that's mine for now. That's my one story for now. Wait till Doug tells his now to tell the rest of mine. So go ahead, Doug.
Oh my God! You had to learn how to walk again.
Dude, it was summer, luckily, and I literally hobbled around. My leg was my knee was the size of a football for almost the entire summer. And
The knee is held together by a bunch of little bitty ligaments in all kinds of different ways.
yeah, my Brussels sack, again, you could probably pass my hand, probably, if you could get it through there, phase it between, my kneecap and the rest of me. It was so big. It was like, and everybody was like, "It's fine. Put more ice on it. Put more ice on it. Put more ice on it. Here's some Motrin."
No, you don't need a doctor.
Country living. Oh,
You're
no.
not bleeding. No doctor needs
No,
it.
oh, dude, I remember getting an earache so bad that pus was coming out of my ear, and my mom was like, "Oh, let's get a cigar and blow some cigar smoke in it. That'll cure it." That's country
Yeah.
mentality. I mean, and come to find out, one day I'm in the shower and saw something black comes out of my ear, and I had a frickin' bee in my ear that got inside, couldn't get out, and started just rotting. Oh, it was bad. So anyway, yeah, country medicine. To be fair though, but we were probably an hour from the next big city. It's amazing to go down to my hometown now in Texas and see how big it's gotten. But back then, the town itself was probably a 20-minute ride away. The big town, Beaumont, was probably an hour away. So if you want to go to a doctor, it's an hour car ride. And when you're sick, you do not want to be in a car for an hour. So it's like, I'm just going to lay in this bed and die. I'll either get better or I'll die, one or the other. So anyway, welcome in, Joe.
Oh, I remember mercurochrome.
Monkey
I
blood.
definitely remember mercurochrome.
Monkey blood.
Yeah. Merthiolate. Yeah. My mom called it merthiolate.
Tincture
Yeah.
methylate, yeah.
Yeah,
And don't
methylate,
spill it.
Purichrome, Zorbine Junior, and then
Camphophenique.
You just said a dirty word. Absorbing Junior got used for everything. Absorbing Junior got used for everything except for what it was supposed to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
Zorbine, that and Vicks Vapor Rub.
Retired RN is coming out.
Well,
What was Vicks Vapor Rub used for?
if you had a cold,
Any
if you had the
damn thing
sniffles,
you want.
if
My
your
mother used
eye
it
was
for
inflamed,
anything.
dude, if you got a sty in your eye, put some vapor rub under it. You got a
Oh,
cold,
God.
put some. Well, here's the sad part. You cried so much
Rub it on
that
your pillowcase. Yeah.
if you had a sty in your eye, you put it under your eye, you'd cry so much the sty would come out. Because your eye would never, your eye would die in self defense. Yeah, but you'd actually, your eye would water so much you'd eventually get all of the infection out. So, I guess it worked. I guess cut out your eye to spite your face.
That stuff on my chest when I was a kid when I had, cold or my head was stopped
Yep.
up, something like that. Oh God.
Yep. Yeah.
Now you
But what
feel like
else
this
could they do?
gross ass greased pig, and you're breathing in so much eucalyptus and everything else. It's making your eyes cross.
Bleak, welcome in. I didn't see you. Sorry, bud. We got carried away with our injuries. Welcome, Bleak. Bleak should be in here too. Yeah, from knee to B. Yeah, I go all around.
And no insurance, Diana. I don't know if we had insurance or not, but kids don't know about that kind of stuff.
Well,
My dad was self-employed, so probably not.
Yeah, that's another point. I mean, who got insurance? Rich people got insurance. I mean, because if you're poor,
Yeah.
if you're sick, you might as well just die. I mean, it's why get insurance?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
That was the reason my mom and my dad worked for who they did as long as they did, because they had insurance. It was a damn rare thing in that part of Arkansas back then.
Yeah.
well, the funny thing is when nobody had insurance, if you did have to go to the doctor, it was $20. That was without insurance. It was $20 to go to the doctor. Now to go to the doctor, that might pay your down payment. That might pay your freaking, your counter cost. So
It might pay your copay if you do have insurance.
maybe, yeah. Yep, there's places Vicks should never go, like hemorrhoids. Never use Vicks on hemorrhoids. Doesn't work, but it's awful funny.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
slight footnote: don't keep your Vicks up on the headboard of the bed and turn the lights out and plan on recreational activities. Because if you make that mistake, you will never make it again.
Super glue, same way.
Oh.
Never keep super glue by the bed. Or shoe goo. No.
Mercy.
Anyway.
Speaking of shoe goo,
You guys are bold.
All right. So anyway, so what I learned from that accident, obviously had
I'm
tennis shoe.
wondering why they have shoe goo on the headboard anyway, but I'm not good.
Well, that's because that's where you keep your shoes. I mean,
That's
come
none
on.
of my business.
Well, you don't know about this, Gma? You remember old beds when they started squeaking?
Yeah, I know about old beds.
Yeah, when the headboard started squeaking, you put caulk or shoe goo inside the cracks of the headboard to keep it from squeaking.
I've always had the little bed frame that is 4 bricks and the bed.
I feel so wet
Poor
behind
people.
the ears right now.
Well, I'm richer now. I mean, so I can afford actual caulk. So yeah.
Wet behind the ears.
Man.
Oh.
I'm gonna prove I'm an '80s child here. I remember my waterbed. Remember having a purpose thing?
Oh.
A full motion. Oh
I
yeah.
remember my mom's waterbed. I remember my mom had a waterbed.
I remember running a water hose through the window. I didn't have my first waterbed. I didn't get my first waterbed until I was 18, right before I joined the Navy. That was a fit.
And wait till that joker pops.
there
No shit.
were lots of those. I remember lots of trailers in the trailer park. Every once in a while, you'd see one with water pouring out of the doors, and it's like, I know what happened there.
Yep.
Oh, trailer parks. Anyway, all right, Doug, tell us about your wreck.
Two wrecks.
We stole your thunder.
We're talking about just bikes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Two wrecks. The first one I was 17. And,
Oh Lord.
Oh no, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't. I parked it in a Honda. I parked it in the front tire of a Honda. Lady pulled out in front of me to the supermarket. I wasn't going that fast. I was probably going about 35, and then when I hit the car, I was probably going around 40. Went over the hood. No helmet. No nothing. No gloves. Just a t-shirt and denim pants. Slid on the 99-cent t-shirt on my belly, and it didn't tear. The
Wow.
asphalt didn't rip it. Yeah, I know. It was so lucky. And I learned absolutely nothing. It was terrible. The worst part was, it wasn't me.
We would expect nothing less, Doug.
It wasn't me I was worried about. It was the bike. That frame was the first
Well, yeah.
frame that was built. And
Aw.
powder coating had just come out. I had put lead in on all the welds. And, it was this. I built it from literally from pipe up.
Wow.
Yeah, so that sucked. I had a little spot right here from the asphalt. That was it. So I was really fortunate. Got yelled at by a cop. I don't know why, because I didn't do anything wrong. I got yelled at.
They just like to yell at us sometimes.
He probably assumed, and you know what? If he would have seen the way I ride, he probably his timing was wrong. I wasn't riding like a maniac at that moment.
Yeah.
Second one was in my own driveway. When I lived in Indiana, I had a 77-acre farm, and I had just moved there. I'm not going to give some details on this one. So I had just moved there, and I was active in a motorcycle enthusiast group, so I had to go ride down to Elizabethtown, Kentucky to meet the guys at the new chapter I was going to be going to. And, rode over, through the grass to the house, got her on the back, rode up through the grass, up a little ramp, dirt up onto the gravel driveway, and it was either lay the bike down or take out the guide wire on the utility pole. And so I grabbed her, threw her on me, and spun around and hit the back of my head on the gravel. The gravel
Oh.
really upset me. I broke a mirror. They had a little blood coming out of the back of my head. A lot. I really was shocked. So checked on her. She was fine. She was just yelling at me. She went back in the house, and that was the ex-wife yelling at me. Now, went in the house, changed my shirt, stuck my head in the sink, rinsed all the blood off as much as I could, put my hat back on backwards, and really tight, and took off and went to E-Town. I was a little dizzy, but I was okay. Probably shouldn't have done it. So
Jesus.
I get down there when everybody was meeting up at this venue, and at this particular motorcycle enthusiast group, the National Master at Arms happened to be there for this one meeting. He was talking to me, and he said, "Well, you're late." And I said, "Yeah, I'm late." And he goes, "Yeah, we're not late. Those meetings, you don't show up late." So he kind of starts giving me a hard time, and he's pointing at the bike, and he's like, "You're not taking care of, your girl. What's going on, And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, just apologies." And he goes, "Yeah, you are." And he goes, "What's that?" I said, "That's blood." And he goes, "From what?" I said, "The back of my head." He pulls my head off. He looks and goes, "Holy shit!" Or I'm sorry, holy S, because we're not cursing.
That's first tier cursing. It's
Anyways, holy shit, let's go in. So he grabs me. All these patch members go running into the kitchen of this Getty's, shut it down, stick my head in the sink, and by the time we left, it was about 15 minutes later. I had about 6 stitches in the back of my head from one of the guys in the club. And then he said, "So Rice, yeah, I'm still right. Let's go to the clubhouse." And so that was my, that was the one wreck where there was actually blood. Other than that, what I learned from it was on both of those occasions was I knew that was going to happen. The thought crossed my mind that could happen. I knew that was going to happen, and I said it both times. So now that's the way I ride. I know that's going to happen. I need to not do that, or I need to slow down, or I need to wait for the bike before hitting an intersection, or there's a car in that driveway that he's going to pull out from, or this guy's going to change lanes, or something.
Yep.
If I know it's going to happen, that's the way I've been riding. So there's only been 2 wrecks in about 35 years. So that's
Good on you, man. I mean, I wish I could claim to.
And I don't ride slow. So,
That's what I've heard.
And I'm probably not the smartest when it comes to timing. On this last trip to Gallatin, we rode straight through. We just stopped and got gas. We went from basically Nashville to Phoenix without sleeping. We just went the whole way. So, I'm kind of on my own timer. If I don't get tired, then I just keep going.
Right.
That's
That
how it
makes
works.
sense.
Yeah, you make your own rules. So
Yep. That's why I like to travel on my own.
yeah, and it's like you said, you're not going to wear shorts again, and ride. And if other people do, that's their choice.
Other people do, that's their choice. I don't care. I ain't mad.
So now I wear gear. Not all the time, but I wear gear. And, from experience, like wearing the helmet, I used to rarely ever do that, even after that.
Yeah.
But I had something happen in front of me. It was somebody else's accident. He was doing less than 15 mile an hour. He went off his bike in an intersection, hit his head. And he ended up going to the hospital. And I was like a block from the house. So from that point forward, I wear a helmet all the time.
Yeah. I wear my helmet a lot more just because I have my tunes in it and all that other kind of stuff, I don't like wearing a helmet. I know what can happen if I don't, but I still remember those days when we didn't have to. And oh my gosh, that was so much fun. But still, I've seen people with their heads scraped across the pavement. So
A lot of things
I'll
I
wear the
used to
helmet.
do. Yeah, a lot of things I used to do. I look back on now and go, man, I was stupid. Like some of the jobs.
Yeah.
So I used to work in a refinery. I was a scaffold builder. And we would climb these scaffolds 200 feet high and build them as we went up. So you're up in. So after you get the scaffold made, you have to tie it to the structure, tie it back, and put reinforcements on it, and put cross beams on it. While you're building it, you don't. So while you're building it, it's swaying in the wind, it's blowing back and forth. You've got a guy about 30 feet up that'll hold the side until the guys can get far enough up to where it'll stabilize it. Then they go up a little bit more. I would never do that now. And we're climbing the poles. There's nothing to climb but the poles on the side of the scaffold. And I look at it now and go, what the hell was I thinking? I'd never do that again.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
so along the lines of what I learned. So my accident. So I'm riding in tennis shoes, cut off shorts, no shirt, no helmet, aviator sunglasses, and spinning up the driveway. What I learned from that is wait till you get to the top of the driveway and through the gate before you bury the throttle. It's much safer if you're not on an incline. That's all I got out of that one that time. Now, my wreck in 2003, I was on the BMW that I just spent 2 years restoring, and I never wore a helmet because in Arkansas you didn't have to have one. So I'd gone up to see my wife, and it was raining, so I decided I'd go ahead and wear my leather jacket, put a helmet on, and put leather boots on because it's raining. I want to stay dry. Only reason.
Yeah.
And then a truck pulled out in front of me, and I T-boned it. So I was going probably 45 miles an hour, hit the truck. It was in a construction truck. I flipped over it, hit my head on the way, and on the other side, I hit my shoulder coming down off of it, had diamond plate all around it, toolboxes, and then I skidded along the road. Last thing I remember is hitting the toolbox. Everybody's telling me everything that happened after that. But if I wouldn't have the helmet on, I'd have been dead because I had diamond plate embedded on this side of the helmet, and then on this side I had asphalt just scraped down to the foam. Where I hit the truck with my shoulder, it dislocated my shoulder, but it also cut my cool Fonzie leather jacket all the way through the first layer. Separated my shoulder, but it did not cut through me. I had this horrible gash in the back of my shoulder, but if I wouldn't have had the leather jacket on, it would have took my arm off. I have no doubt. And then I cracked 2 ribs, and it looked like I had grape jelly smeared all the way down my left side. That's when I decided helmets are a good thing. Boots are a good thing. Gloves are a good thing. And jackets are a good thing. Now, fast forward to now, it's 100 degrees outside, and I go to work. When I go to work, I have my long flannel on and my vest. When I'm coming home, I have a t-shirt and a vest. Because sometimes you've got to be smart about these things. If it's 100 degrees outside, you can wear too much. I'll wear a fishing shirt sometimes if I'm on the highway and stuff, but just going to work. Sometimes you got to give up. Always wear the gloves. Always wear the boots. Always wear a helmet. But somewhere along the lines, you have to come to a happy medium where you're comfortable enough to not die on the motorcycle, but obviously be protected if you fall off of it. Skin on your back will grow back. Big bones will heal. Your head won't heal very well, neither will your fingers or your toes. So those are the things I try to protect. There. What? And if you look at the thumbnail, you can see that's the BMW that I crashed. And if anybody knows old BMWs, behind the front wheel is your alternator cover and your points. It's about 11 inches from the back of the wheel to that alternator cover. And in the pictures of my BMW, the wheel is touching it. So it actually folded the forks up underneath it. That's how hard I hit that truck. Oh. And those were that was some beefy ass. It was 42 millimeter forks, and it bent them all the way back. So yeah,
we have an R100 up at the shop that's kind of tucked away over in the corner, and Richard Boom, he owns Dirty Shane. His son wrecked this thing several years ago, and the forks didn't bend; they broke at the bottom of the tree. So yeah, he thumped it pretty good.
That's a lot of force.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hesitant to delve off into the list of all the crap I've gotten into, but let's hit the high points here.
Okay.
Well, probably the worst one I did is when I broke my leg. I'm not going to start a pissing match with, all the gear all the time, folks, and all that stuff. But the thing is, I wear a helmet and, I wear gloves. If it's hot, hey, I'm going to be rocking a vest and a t-shirt, and I'm good with that.
Yep.
And then it's blue jeans and a pair of work boots. But,
Yep.
or a pair of riding boots, something like that. Just wherever I'm at. But picture this, if you will. I'm a dumb shit, almost 16-year-old kid, and I'm working at the dealership in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And if any of you guys remember the Honda Fat Cats, they were a dirt bike, but they had real white-ass ATV tires on them. Okay.
Yep.
This guy brought in a Yamaha Big Wheel 200, which was basically the same thing as a Fat Cat. It's just they wasn't near as popular. And he says he's got this weird popping noise. So I go ride it in the back parking lot. And I'm turning around to go back to the shop, and I'm in gravel on the back half of our parking lot where it's not paved. And I'm literally doing 10 miles an hour. So the rear wheel locks up, no warning, nothing like that. I just spin out real easy, like in this gravel, hit the ground, boom. My head never hit the pavement. My head never hit the ground. I'm wearing a pair of shorts because it's hot. We didn't have air conditioned shop or anything. It's summertime. And my right foot is still on the foot peg of this bike, underneath this bike, when it stopped moving. I didn't have a scrape or a burn one on my right foot, my right leg, nothing. My left leg is the one that's broke in 11 places from about 6 inches above my knee up into my hip, and then 4 more places inside my hip, and folded over backwards with my foot laying up here on my shoulder. Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Still ain't figured that one out.
That's pretty good.
Honestly, I was too, but at that particular moment, I was, screaming and squalling like a little bitch, and I did the worst thing I could do. I freak out, I grab my leg and just go whoop like that, like that's going to fix anything, But yeah, that wasn't good. That was 3 months in the hospital right there, and about 2.5 pounds worth of hardware. So that kind of leads into my next one, because about a year and a half after that, I've still got the hardware in me. I haven't gotten it removed yet, but by this time I'm riding a street bike. And our junior high, there's this road that runs right alongside of it, and it has kind of a real gentle hump that goes down a little bit. And there's a road that comes down a pretty steep grade that tees into its little side road. Well, this girl that was in high school a couple of years ahead of me, rich gal, her mom and dad just bought her a brand new Grand Am Sport Coupe, and she runs a stop sign in front of me, and I see her. So I'm coming over this rise, and the bike I'm on gets light. It's a little 250 Eliminator Kawasaki. So I grab the brakes, but since the bike's on this rise, both wheels lock up. Now, I didn't fall down then. I drifted over to the right, and that's really what saved my ass, because I didn't hit her car with the bike. I hit it with my left knee. So I took all that hit on my left knee on my leg that's barely a year out from being rebuilt and everything, and it flips me over the trunk of her car. And it just so happened, you remember those big steel mailboxes that the post office used to bolt down on the sidewalk? There's one right on that corner. Guess what I landed on? Guess what Fat Boy broke out of the ground where it's bolted into the concrete? Yeah. But luckily I didn't break anything. I didn't damage any of the hardware in my leg and everything, because I still got 2.5 pounds worth of stainless steel and shit connecting my leg to my ass at that point. But I had a pretty boy leather jacket on top of the jeans jacket, and when I hit the ground, it pushed the cuffs of both of them almost up to my armpit. So I have like zero blood flow in my arm. They had to cut my sleeves and my jackets off. And that's when the road rash just starts going, and bleeding like a stuck pig. But, then fast forward a couple of years, I'm in high school. Me and a girl I was dating at the time, we were skipping school, and we were someplace we weren't supposed to be. And then all of a sudden, this moment of clarity hit me. Oh, shit, my dad's on the way to work right now. I need to get off the highway so he don't see me. And I dug down this highway off ramp, and it had just started raining, so it's just starting to float the oil up out of the pavement where all the cars are sitting there waiting on the light to change. And I literally touched the front brake with one finger. Front wheel locks up, bike goes like that, and I plow into the ass end of a 72 Ford F-150, and I bend the tailgate in like that with my head and my shoulders, because I've got like 150 pounds worth of 6-foot-tall Amazon girlfriend behind me pushing me. But yeah. And that's not even counting all the dirt bike shit. And then 2 years ago, I had a customer's bike try to kill me on a test ride, and that's how I burnt my collarbone and busted my ribs up and everything. Front wheel locked up then, so yeah. And then here just a month ago, Angel decided he was going to allow art to imitate life, so he just had the copycat. Yeah, he's over here just shitting and grinning.
Have a hush.
I did see we're watching the fastest bikes of the 80s last night, and they had the Kawasaki 750 on there, and that was the bike that I put through a ditch and over a barbed wire fence. And I called the buddy, because they had been bugging me about buying it, and said, if you want it, come get it. It's laying in a field. I'm never getting. The only three Kawasaki's, with the exception of the one that's in the garage right now, that's kind of tame. It's a 650S, but all three of the bikes before, every Kawasaki I rode before that tried to kill me. So I'm taking a chance with this Kawasaki, but
You're just gonna straight up blame it on the bike?
yes, watch me. I just did. Listen, that 750 had a clutch throw about, I don't
Hang
know,
on for a minute, guys.
a quarter
I'll be
inch.
back. I got to talk to my mama real quick.
Oh, okay. Tell her hi for us.
Yeah, there was no friction zone on this bike. It was a 3-cylinder freaking madhouse, and you release it like normally you release the clutch and it gradually starts to grab. This one, you release the clutch and all of a sudden it would just grab. So there was no gradual, rolling start. It was like, it's there. You better be ready for it. And depending on how your grip was at the time and how slippery it was and how much sweat you had on you, it would rip the handles bars right out of your hand. And that day it did. So it was like, I'm done with this bike. Park it. Or leave it laying in a field until somebody else comes and gets it. Put it that way. Anyway, Steve, you're being awful quiet tonight.
Sorry, I'm
Because we
doing a
haven't
couple
shut
of
up.
things.
Like, oh well, at least you're here. I like to see your face.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to determine.
I got
What
my
parts of it?
stuff, Steve. Thank you, by the way,
Nice. What'd you
for
get?
the raffle. I got some neck things because they are still remembering those this year, and I might even order some more. And I've got a set of boots that were going to go somewhere else that I'm going to put in the raffle.
Nice.
And they were wanting to pre-buy tickets for the raffle, so we wouldn't pre-sell tickets so that we could maybe get a whole bunch of people to go on the ride. So I'm excited. I
Yeah,
also got
no,
a
that's
pair of
awesome.
the new arm things.
The new
Yeah.
arm sleeves, yeah, they're
Yeah.
uh, I like them. Well, I haven't used them a whole lot lately, but I know that they're very popular where it's real sunny.
This would probably be a good time to be testing them here because it's 100 degrees and I'm going home in a t-shirt every day.
Yup.
Not even ashamedly, but I should probably try them.
Same.
I'm going to get
well,
a pair for me too. Yeah.
It's like SPF 50 essentially. So
I
and
like that.
it. For me, it had like a cooling effect.
They
Uh-huh.
do.
I don't know what the response is like in general because we just released it, but for me it actually, because of the material, had a cooling effect, which I liked.
I
I
I
definitely
have
need
fat
that.
arms, so I'm worried about them rolling down on me, but we'll see.
No, they've got so the top and the bottom have a silicone strip,
Oh, okay.
so it won't roll down because
Okay.
it's gonna catch the skin. No,
Okay.
I design with intent.
Well, does it pull hair?
I know you do.
Is it what?
Does it pull hair?
Not
Some of
really.
us don't have hair on our arms.
Not really.
Thank you.
I don't know how much it's gonna pull your hair. I mean, it's not gonna move a lot. That's the other thing.
Good
And then
deal.
once you're wearing them, you kind of forget about it.
So every time I go
Yeah.
give blood, it is literally like a human sacrifice pulling all the freaking like the derma pad back off of me. And they're apologizing the whole time. But yeah, I've got extremely hairy arms, and it looks like I have that '80s windblown hair look, but it's on my arms. So yeah, it's bad. But I'll try 'em.
Well,
I'll try a pair.
I don't know if you've got hairy arms all the way to the top.
It's all the way to my back
'cause-
and across my back and then down my back. And
Well,
So he's trying to tell you without telling you it's got back hair.
all right. So, and then it goes to your wrist. So
okay, I'll try 'em. We'll see.
Maybe when you're taking it off and on, it's going to catch. But that's. Do you want them to slide down, or do you want them to stay in place? And then
You remember the
It
old
actually work.
the commercial? What was it? Malcolm in the Middle, where the mom is shaving the dad at the kitchen table.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yeah,
that was the early episode.
yeah. Arms up. Ugh! All right,
Yeah.
all right. So Dwight has an announcement, and I'm holding this back. I don't know how many people have seen his announcement yet, but we're gonna do something special at Forgotten Angels.
Really?
Yes.
What are we going to
Well-
do?
Well, I mean, it's been okay. So, Rainey put out his video the other day, and it's been on my heart. There's a lot of people searching at Forgotten Angels, and I don't know where everybody lines up, but we're gonna do a Bible study at Forgotten Angels Saturday morning. I'll see you at the fire pit. I'll have a lot. Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yep.
I think you can.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what we're gonna cover yet, but it's just gonna be the love of Christ and just about Jesus. That's it. We're not here to tell you how bad of a person you are. We're here to try and save you. So we're gonna have a breakfast for everybody that wants to come by. I'm just gonna make some sandwiches and stuff like that. I just felt convicted and compelled as I've been reading a lot more and just going through life. So That's what we're gonna do. And if you want to come on. And if you don't, that's fine too. So, and if you have questions, I don't know that I'm gonna have all the best answers, but I do have, I believe my pastor, and I'm gonna have some other guys there from my normal Saturday Bible studies that I go to. So you're more than welcome to join. If you don't want to, that's cool too.
I think we can pull David into it. I think we can pull if Corey comes, we can pull Corey in. Saddle Tramp.
I was already talking to Corey. David saw it and sent me something about it too. So, there's a lot of people out there searching. It's rough out there, folks. I don't know what to tell you. There's all these events that have happened recently. I don't know. It's just you'll never know the time nor the place or the hour, I should say, nor the time nor the hour of his return. So that's just I don't know.
I
That's
think
where
it'll
I am
just
with it.
I think it'll just help us be nicer to each other. I mean, it's like you've heard your entire life. They keep telling you we have more in common with each other than we have different, and for some reason, nobody wants to listen to that.
Well, I don't know. My personal view is I'm just doing my best to be nice to people, and I can't control how they want to respond back to me or go at me in the first place. So
Yeah, I've just got in, and I've tried to do this earlier in my life. If you didn't like me, you said something about me, boy, I'm going for you. Now I try to just walk away. It's easier to just walk away from people because here's what I've learned in life. Earlier in life, I was like, oh, I hate that person. I'm going to give them all this crap, and then you start bumping into this person for the rest of your life, and you've got to I've got to learn how to deal with this person, especially
I'm on a
like
live stream.
like on a ship. I had to learn how to deal with people I didn't like, but I see them every day, sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. So
Hey,
you just got to learn how to deal with people.
I got to split, guys. I have to take this.
Okay, have fun.
okay,
But
come back if you can.
yeah, I'll see you guys next week for sure.
All right, see you next week.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in, Steve.
Bye, Steve. Thank you for coming.
But yep, I am going to try to help cook. I don't know what we're going to have. We'll go buy some sausage. We'll buy a bunch of bacon.
Or just do some breakfast sandwiches.
We'll do
Easy.
breakfast sandwiches. Yep, we'll do some breakfast
That's it.
sandwiches. Easy enough. Eggs are cheap. Bread's cheap. We'll go by the bread store. I have a big bike now. I can carry a lot of bread.
No, we're gonna do egg McMuffins. I'm bougie.
Okay, let's do some muffins.
We're gonna do some whatever they call it. Not egg McMuffins, but what are those things called? Can't think of what they are. The bread.
Sausage McMuffin.
Croissants.
But,
Oh,
no, not
those are
croissants.
nice.
The bread.
Oh, the baguettes. The baguettes.
No, they're English muffins, right?
English muffins. Yeah.
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 Those
Yeah.
are the easiest ones. Cut them in half. Put
Okay,
them on a Blackstone. Heat them up.
let's do it.
It'll be
I'm
good.
for it.
It'll be fun.
It'll be a ball.
They're also very easy to carry around, so that's another advantage.
Yes, they're very absorbent, unlike
Yeah.
bagels.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
On bagels, you would think of something as big as a bagel would absorb a lot of egg juice and fat. It doesn't. It just runs right down your arm. And as I mentioned, I have hairy arms, so I'm absorbing more juice into my arm hair than I am into the bagel. So, yes, egg muffins are great. Do them English muffins. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Biker Girl, welcome in.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hi, yeah, thanks for coming. It's not even 8 o'clock
silly
yet.
girl.
Wow. You're
I
early.
know.
You're early today. Look at you.
I at home like a demon. Just kidding. It's the same no matter what.
Yep. Now we
I
will
see
be
somebody said eggs Benedict, by the way.
eggs
Listen,
Benedict.
If you want to
Ooh.
sit there and beat some eggs and you want to make that, go for it, because I can tell you it's a lot of work.
I make a cool hollandaise sauce.
Well, if you want to make some hollandaise sauce,
I didn't say I was going to
and
make it. I
somebody
just said-
wants that's some
Well-
work.
well, here's the
I
deal,
love
so-
me some eggs Benedict. So.
Yeah, so I was thinking about making the hash brown casserole that I make. So when Jima comes and visits, I'll make her a hash brown casserole, or I'll make her the apple baby. But
We're
you know,
having apple babies. You've been promising me that for a couple of years. now.
apple baby it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cindy was asking me to make an apple baby at the camp out, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I can make it. And then I started thinking about how many people it would actually feed. So one apple
Yeah.
baby feeds 4 people. So to feed
Yeah.
enough people, even the closest core of people, you have to make like 5 apple babies
Yeah.
just to feed
Yeah.
just the core people. So it's like, okay. Maybe
the
I
sheer
won't.
quantity of food in which you must make
Yes.
to feed all those people
Yep.
is a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
I won't be cooking for everybody again this year, so that'll make breakfast a little less tasking.
I will be in the kitchen serving food to people again this year because that's fun. You know, you get to talk to people, you feed them, they move on. It's great.
And not all of them complain, which it's okay.
That's true. Well, you know, in my work at the food bank, I'm getting a thicker skin about people complaining. I had people complaining about the food I was giving them this week, and I'm like, seriously? You are going to complain about me giving you free food and 2 flats of beautiful strawberries? Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Ah.
I think I've told this story before, but my boss at the steel mill, Memphis, you got a lot of guys that live on corners and stuff. And this dude, he saw a dude on the corner. The guy asked him for money. Say, "Oh man, I need something to eat." He goes, "Dude, I'll be right back." He goes to McDonald's, grabs him a hamburger, comes back and tries to give it to him. The guy's like, "I don't want that. You might have poisoned it." He's like, "You just told me that you're hungry." He goes, "I don't want that. Don't you have any money?" He's like, "Really? No. Okay.
I just
Really
think
doesn't want McDonald's.
Your sign said anything helps. I thought this would help."
Yep. Apparently everything doesn't help.
Well, I had a guy one time that I'm coming out of actually I'm on the way to Forgotten Angels, and I'm coming out of the QT, and I think I was right outside of Gainesville, and this guy says, "Hey man, I need some money for food." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll just pull back into the station here, and we'll go in." "Oh, well, I can't go inside." And I said, "Okay, well, just tell me what you want." And I said, "I'll get it and bring it out to you." "Well, I'm not supposed to be on the property." And I said, "Okay, well, just tell me what you want. I'll go get it." And he goes, "Well, don't you have any money?" "Hang on, you said you're hungry. I was actually going to buy you food. You can watch me buy it." And I'm like, "Okay, dude, I gotta go.
Translate that to I want some money so I can buy some dope.
Florida needs me. I
Yeah.
gotta go."
What's
Yeah.
wild is you think about it.
Called it.
They're on the streets. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Like my
I
kids,
know.
we've gone and fed some folks before, and my kids have said, "Dad, you gave that guy money and you fed him." He's like, "What if he's gonna go buy drugs with it?" I was like, "Well, bud, have you ever been on the
Then
street
he's-
before?" And
Yeah.
he goes, "No." And I was like, "That's not your problem. If the Lord put it on your heart to give him some money, go give him
Yep.
the money."
Oh, no, I filled up a
Yeah.
lot. I filled up a lot of gas tanks, and I did this
Yeah.
actually coming back from. I went up to see Goon, and this guy on the motorcycle and filling the motorcycle up, and this guy goes, "Hey, I'm trying to get back to St. Louis, and my card's not working, and dude, I got a long way to go." He goes, "If you can just give me some money for gas," and I said, "How far you got to go?" Because I got to go to St. Louis, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's about 5 hours away," because I was right outside Memphis. And he said, "Okay, well, can I have enough money to put gas in the car?" And I said, "I'll tell you what." I said, I'll put gas in your car." He goes, "Okay." So I'm like, and I'm thinking, if the dude really does need gas, he's got his kids in the car with him. He's got Missouri license plates. He's in Tennessee. And I'm like, if this dude needs the gas, I'm giving him gas. If he's going to sell it and use it for money, he's got to work for
Yep.
it. So I'm like,
Yep.
the guy says he wants gas, I'm going to give him gas. And I went ahead and filled up his tank. So I'm like,
Yeah.
if the guy needs it that bad, I'm going to give it to him. But and I've done that a few times, obviously I've told the story about the guy that stopped me in Virginia when I was a lowly sailor, and says, "Hey man, can you give me $20?" I said, "Man, I just got paid. Smallest bill I got's 100." He goes, "I could take it in and break it for you," and I said, "Okay." I never saw him again. That was weird, but I obviously didn't need the money, so.
There you go.
So, I mean, where I grew up, at this town I grew up in, if somebody borrowed money from you, you might not see them for 2 years, and the first thing they'd say after they saw you was, "Oh, hey, I owe you $10," and give you $10. That's where I grew up. So I grew up trusting people. And if somebody said that they needed something, they really needed it. I think sometimes living in big cities is kind of hard to me a little bit, but I'm still a sucker. I mean, me and my wife, when we lived in Louisiana, this woman walking down the road and it was raining, we picked her up in the rain. She ended up being a dope head. We picked her up, kept her for a while. We took her to our house. She slept on the couch for like 4 hours. And then she wanted to go back to town. So let's bring her back to town. So we brought her back to town. My wife probably tells that story better than me, but it was just one of those weird things. But it was like, oh, she just ended up being a dope head. And I was like, well, apparently she needed to sleep on the couch for 4 hours. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Dwight said, Dwight's got a good, or Jeremiah's got a good point. Just it may not make sense at the time. God's going to tell you though what you need to do. And if you feel like you need to do it, like I said, if he puts that in your heart that you need to do it, you need to do
Just
it.
do it.
So again, sometimes it's just like your inner sense, not your pride, but your inner sense says, I should be out of this. I shouldn't go in this area. I shouldn't do this. Something doesn't feel right. Follow those instincts. But if you really feel that somebody's telling you to do it, don't turn those feelings off. Because like I said, people need things sometimes.
We were at Moffat the other day, and there's this lady there. She talks about that they drove set. You run into a lot of stuff at Moffat. It'll break your heart at the cancer center, but we're sitting there and they got to drive 7 hours home. They just drove 7 hours there today. I looked at Carla. I didn't say anything to her. I looked back I was like, listen, y'all need a hotel room for the night. She goes, well, no, we can't. We got to get back or whatever. And then I pulled out a wad of cash and I was like, well, I'll go get something to eat. Carla was like, how much was that? I was like, I don't know. Guess what? I was supposed to give it to him. So let's just roll on with life, honey. So
You're
I'm
a
actually
nice
going to
man.
go. What are you going to do? These people are going through stuff. There's also, like, there's something that I hate to say me and talk about what I do, but there's something that I got to do recently too. And I don't know if you guys, try and keep your ears to the ground for folks that get sick, but
Yeah.
I do. And so there's some folks here. There was somebody in our church who recently, she just passed away, unfortunately. But I do something called Meal of a Lifetime where, I mean, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you see me post those braised beef short ribs that I do and stuff like that. There's a lot of
Yes.
it's restaurant quality food. And so what I do is when I hear about that, I try and seek that out and just go and take that to them because they're so tired. They don't want to go
Yep.
out, but they deserve a meal at home.
You have a gift.
Yep. Oh
So
yeah.
if you got the opportunity to do that, do it. But my wife is tired, and I'm gonna go hang out with her. So
Okay.
Thanks.
following you
Thanks for
guys.
coming in.
Y'all have a
So-
good night.
Good night. Thanks
All right.
for coming and hanging out with
We'll,
us.
we'll be praying
Yeah,
for
yeah.
her. Tell Carla we
Thank
say
you.
hello.
Will do. God bless.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, biker girl
Hey guys.
in your fancy librarian clothes. So we're talking about wrecks tonight. Wrecks we've had, what we learned from them, and how to prevent them. 1, 2, 3, go.
You picked this one specifically for me, didn't you?
Not really, but apparently, yeah. So
And now we're down to 4.
Oh,
We started so strong.
it'll come back.
really?
Yeah.
We have a
You made everybody leave. What'd you do, biker girl? Jeez.
No, it's all good, girlfriend.
What you got? Smile real big. People will come back. Go ahead.
So, talking about wrecks, huh? I had my first wreck. It was in 2004, and I was fairly inexperienced. It was within my first year and a half of riding on my Sportster. Labor Day weekend, so traffic like crazy, and I just got pushed totally off of the road by traffic. Cut off, pushed off the road. Swung back in. Everybody had stopped, and I grabbed all my brakes and went down. And so I have to say I learned a lot from that. One, I don't have to ride during that kind of traffic. I can choose to pull off and have dinner and wait for the traffic to go down. I could have taken an alternate route home. There was plenty of different ways that I could have gone home. That wasn't an interstate. And I took a lot from that. And I actually went, another 20 some years before number 2 happened. And that one, I can still look back on it and say, I learned from it. I learned from that. I did. The rear end went out on it, had 90,000 miles on it. And I have to say, I'm still anal retentive about having my bike serviced because I'm not handy. I don't do my own, work on it, so I always have it serviced. And the last year, I did have it serviced at a Harley, and I'm not saying that made the difference, But I am saying that in the last, time that I was with them, I started questioning, like, God, they haven't replaced my brakes in how long? I mean, I always have my brakes replaced. I really use my rear brakes. I wonder why they haven't done that. And I picked it up and I rode it from Arkansas out to California. My rear brakes weren't working, and it wasn't the pads. It hadn't been flushed, and so there was just nothing there. They flushed it, worked great. Things were happening. So did my rear end just go out, or did I not have my bike maintained properly? So I
Yeah.
learned a little bit from that. Make sure that it's getting the full, checklist, the full inspection. And that last one was just a fluke. That damn deer. That's all I have to say.
I think there's a lot to be said for having a relationship with your mechanics that, my mechanic feels personally accountable mostly because I've known him since he was in grade school and his mom's my best friend. But, it's like whenever I go to the shop, they walk around, they look at my bike, they touch it, they mess with it. And if they see like a loose bolt or something like that, they fix it. They don't get on me about stuff. But, before I go anywhere, I take my bike down there and they do a safety check for me. Are they going to catch everything? No, they probably won't. But, I feel better knowing that, all the big bases are covered. And if there's something they're worried about, they tell me and we talk about what to do about it, So, and I don't feel like I've ever gotten that with a Harley Davidson dealership. And I certainly don't have my Harley Davidson dealership phone number to where I can call them from the road and they answer me. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Well,
Very nice.
I've got a very good relationship with the Harley dealer here, and there's 4 in this area. 3 of them, and this is a no-shitter. One of them I went into, we first moved to Arkansas. I went in, the guy's like, this isn't the bike you're looking for. I was like, well, I'm looking at that time it was a Dyna. And I was like, well, I'm looking for the Dyna. You don't look like you ride. I said, yeah, I've been riding since I was like 12. He's like, you don't look like you ride motorcycles. And I said, I just rode in on this BMW. Oh, that's the problem. And I went,
Oh my God.
and I went, all right, well, screw you then. So there was a Honda dealer, so I went to the Honda dealer and I hung around there. And funny enough, when I ended up wrecking the BMW, I went up there to buy bikes, and I'd made friends with a couple of the mechanics, made friends with a couple of the salesmen, and I was on a very good relationship with them. Well, I ended up not buying one there, ended up buying another one somewhere else. But the 3 dealerships that are around Memphis, of the 3 that are like in Memphis, one of them you walk into and they'll smile at you and they're really, really nice to you. But then as soon as you walk out, it's like they forget who you are.
Yeah.
And because I walked back into one, I've been to this dealership 3 times, talked to the same lady 3 times in there about trying to film in there. And every time she comes in there, she's like, so what did you want? So who are you? So what did you want? And I'm like, but I come into the Southern Thunder. While you're here, we're going to go to Southern Thunder, because I walk in there and everybody's like, Rainy Rider, hey, buddy. And they all come over and talk to me as soon as I walk in the door. So
I'm
it's
looking
like,
forward to that.
it's so much fun. And lots of high fives. The T-shirt girls. What's funny, so I walked in and they have the clothing is right by the door when you walk in. And I walked in, this is probably a couple months ago, and I walked in with Diana. And I come up to one of the girls and says, hey, how's it going?
Quit.
And one of the girls tells this girl, she's like, oh no, run. And she's like, what? She goes, run before he sees you. And she's like, what? So I walk over and I was like, oh, hey, you're new here, huh? And she's like, yeah. Am I supposed to know who you are? And all the others are behind me. And they're like, Rainy, buddy. And they're like, oh my God, am I supposed to know who you are? And they're like, no, not if you've never. Oh my God, I should know who you are. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. And I'm like, no, you're new. You're not supposed to know who I am. She goes, so who are you? I'm like, I'm Rainy. It's just, I'm a nobody. I just come up to the dealership. Everyone just knows me. She's like, oh my God, I should know who you are. And I'm like, she goes, I'm the only one that doesn't know who you are. I'm like, you will, trust me. And then
I have a story for that too when you're done.
go ahead.
Oh, but were you done?
Well, I am now. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
That was it.
My bad.
No, that was it.
Anyway.
No, that was it.
I went to pick up a pair of boots previous to this pair of boots at the Harley dealership Northwestern down here. So I go walking upstairs, and the girl at the desk is looking at me, and there's these two guys at the desk, and I walk over, and they're talking amongst themselves, and I hear one of them say, "Is that her?" And I'm like, it was so weird. So the lady's like, "Are you Juma Rides?" And I was like, "Yeah." Is that what's on my boot order that I sent? I don't know why you're asking. Well, come to find out that the local dealerships here in Washington, and I don't know if that's a nationwide thing, they have this thing they call Local Legends. And so it's a private YouTube channel for the dealerships, and I got to be one of their local legends. So they watched my videos at work. So the two guys there were just talking to her about me, and they were all watching one of my videos. So I gave them all stickers and got my boots and went on my merry way. Sorry for interrupting you, Rainey. I just
No, that was good. No, that was fine. No, I had one
wanted
of
to tell you
the.
that before I squirreled out.
Well, I called up there one day when I was trying to get the bike I have now, and I said, well, do they still want the tires? Am I okay just to bring the tires, have them put them on or whatever? And the guys, she's like, well, I don't know. Let me ask. And so she goes, who can I say is calling? I said, well, it's Michael Keaton. I said, tell him it's Rainy Rider. And she goes, oh my God, I know who you are. I watch your channel. Like, okay.
Oh boy, I'm a celebrity.
I know, right? Hang on. Who was just saying that they're the spotlight rider? Say that again. Tell your story again.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, a local legend.
You're a legend. You're a legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
It is pretty cool. It's cool when people recognize you.
It was moderately embarrassing, to tell you the
No, that's
It really
pretty
was.
Awesome. That is pretty
But-
awesome.
truth. It's funny, though, because my daughter is always like, I'll go and I will talk to anybody, much like Rainey does. I will talk to anybody, and I suspect
They're
Doug
trying
is
to
the
say.
same way. Exactly. And so, and everybody knows me because I'll talk to anybody. So we were shopping for Christmas one year, and this girl goes, "You're Juma Rides," and I was like, "Yeah." Well, she's like a teenager type kid, just doing Christmas at retail, and I'm like, "Why did your mother tell you not to talk to me or something?" She goes, "No, I talked to you like last year, and you gave me a sticker, and I follow your channel." And I was like, so you kind of have to be careful how far your reach is. And that's why I try not to be too controversial on my channel as far as, I try and tell people, don't do as I do. Do as I suggest. Yeah. My mom was big on that. Yeah.
Do you tell people not to cuss too?
No, I never tell people that.
Sure.
I just do the best I can with it, Rainey.
I'm with you. I try so hard. I think trying is half the battle. I think sometimes just to remind yourself to be a good person. It's easier to be a good person than a bad person anyway. All you got to do is smile and not be a turd.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
coolest interaction I ever had was, again, on the way to Florida. And I stop and I ask this kid, "Hey, you want a sticker?" At the gas pump. And he goes, Are you a real YouTuber? I said, "Yes, I am. I got stickers and everything." So that was pretty cool. It's cool. I mean, you just try not to let it go to your head, but it's just so cool when people recognize you and they'll say, "Hey, I follow you. I follow you."
One out. Wife Unit has just commented, "My first camp out was surreal. Someone asked me to introduce them to my husband, and I was thinking, why?"
I did the same thing. Remember the FedEx guy? I told you about this. The FedEx guy was just standing, and Diana finally goes, "I think he wants to talk to you." And I said, "Oh," I said. She goes, "Yeah, he's been like staring at you for like 30 minutes." So I walk over and say, "Hey, dude, what's up?" He goes, I've been waiting to talk to you." I'm like, holy shit, just come up and talk to me. He's like, "Well, I mean, you looked busy." I'm like, "Busy what? Drinking or eating?" I'm eating and talking. That's all I'm really doing. Yeah, I said, "Just come up to me, dude."
Shit.
I was.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was. But it's like, dude, I am no big deal. I'm here to have fun,
Yep.
and I will. It'll be awesome. Sterling stepped in. I told him hi. I tried to get Sterling to come in. I went into the duct tape chat yesterday. And
Sterling's in here. Yeah.
I think Motorbomb was supposed to come in too. I guess he didn't make it. But Sick did. Yeah, Sick can do it. Everybody else can. That's what I say. Sick was supposed to be on tonight too. He didn't come on. Man, had a lot of people decide at the last minute not to come on. That's okay. I got you guys.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last bad wreck I had wasn't even a bad wreck, but it was.
You guys are talking about being well known because you're famous on YouTube. I bake brownies, and so when I walk into the Harley dealership, they know exactly who I am. Especially if
Yep.
I work in parts, because
Yep.
parts and service. I walk in parts and service. I even make stew in the back in the Bay Area. They gave me a little mobile mechanic cart and plugged it in and made stew back there for everybody who was working. So when I walk in, they know exactly who I am.
Oh
And
yeah.
they're all happy to see me because I bring them snacks and treats.
Heck yeah.
Share your treats, people.
Yep. I know. I
Alright.
always make treats and snacks for my mechanics all the time. They finally had to ask me to stop doing that because one of them has become a diabetic, and he's like,
No.
"My wife says I'm too chunky." It's like that's not all my fault.
Not my fault. That's someone else's fault.
I like my
Yeah.
men eating.
Now I want a brownie. Jeez.
I know.
I have Java Blast Bluebell ice cream in there. It's like Java Jolt, and it's coffee and chocolate ice cream.
Huh.
It's from Bluebell, and you can only get it in these little pints around here. So, and you can only get it at Walgreens. Nobody else has it. Go figure. It's weird. So we
That
go to
is so
Walgreens and we'll get a few of the pints because that's the only place you can get it. But it's awesome. So I can make one last 3 sittings. I try not to eat the whole thing at one sitting because that's obviously, very gluttonous.
Yeah.
So I'll scoop out a little bit or I'll eat down to a certain level and be like, okay, that's it. Okay, one more bite. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. Oh,
And then it's gone.
it's in a lump. I better smooth the top of that lump off. It needs to be. I need to leave it. I need to leave it flat. Let's scrape that off. Okay, now we're good. Anyway, you see, my last bad wreck though was the ice wreck, and I'm still
Yep.
gonna say there was nothing I probably could have done to avoid that because it was like just one of those fluke things. It had warmed back up to like 60 degrees. All the snow was gone. The ice was gone until I was going downhill and got into an area that always has a tree hanging over it. And there was a patch of ice about 10 feet long.
Yeah.
And doing 35 and trying to brake for a stop sign was enough.
Yep.
And luckily it was winter, so I had a ton of snow gear on. I had, it was very cold. So I had the helmet, had big boots on, had big gloves on. I had the riding pants on. I had the little thermal pants on over it. So, and I was on Big Bertha. So if I was on the Sportster, I probably would
You
have.
make that sound so dirty.
I was on Big Bertha.
Yeah.
Her real name is Big Butt Bertha
You wrecked her.
Oh.
because she's triple B. But she is gone now. I have traded her in for a bike that. So the name I have given her temporarily, which will probably stick forever, is Silver Surfer. Because she's got that blue hue to her, just like the Silver Surfer does. So
It's a very pretty bike.
I'll probably keep that name. I'll probably keep that name, Silver Surfer. It is such a cool bike, and I learned this morning also. I'm slowly learning it has more and more stuff in it. So it's got a cam in it. It started out as a 107, now it's a 114. It's got SNS pipes on it, SNS intake, the teardrop SNS. And it just screams. And when you come off the throttle, that lope it has, it's got a cam in it. I couldn't tell you what it is, and they couldn't tell me what it is without opening it up, but it ain't stock. And it is so freaking fast. It's stupid. And I love it. And I cannot wait to drive it to Florida. It'll be awesome. Most importantly, it's got cruise control.
Oh man, I freaking love me some cruise control.
I'm never getting another bike without cruise control.
It's unusual to get used to. It is because it just doesn't feel natural to have your right hand able to get snacks and
It
wave
does
at people
now.
and stuff.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can
it's
rest my other
great.
hand.
Yep.
On the Sabre,
Yeah.
this is no shit. I mean, I have to reach over with my left hand to give my right arm a rest. So I'd be driving, up 55 cross-armed like this, just giving my right arm a rest for a while. Then you switch back, and then you got a cramp in your left shoulder. So it's like, yeah, cruise control, to me, it was easy to get used to. I could never
Oh,
do
yeah.
without it, dude. It was so awesome.
Well, the throttle on my Dyna has a little screw on the bottom of it. And if you're very careful with it, you can maneuver it in such a fashion that it will hold the throttle where you set it. But like when you stop and stuff, it still throttles down normally. And it's you got to hold your mouth right and do all the things in the same proper time. And then you got to tell your mechanic, don't fuck with that. So
The slack
it works
adjuster?
pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's and it's.
exactly.
I saw somebody that said, and you know what it is because you're smart and shit. But I saw somebody say, "Oh yeah, while you're driving, you could flick that and it'll lock the throttle into place." And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
they tell you to do that for cruise control, and it's stupid.
yes, because it'll lock the throttle. And so,
Yep.
and then of course I had the cramp buster, the little thing that looks like a little spoon that goes on
Yeah.
your throttle, and I
Yeah.
had that on the Sportster, and I was using it as kind of like cruise control, throttle lock, whatever. Until one day when I was coming off of the highway, and I went to let off, and it didn't let off because my hand was still over the
Yeah.
top of it, and I couldn't get my hand unwrapped from it. It is stuck in the side of my glove.
Yeah.
I ripped it off after that. I'm like, no. I came off the highway doing 65, and I was still doing 65 at the bottom at the stop sign. And luckily, nobody was coming. And dude, you talk about scraping pegs. Good Lord. 15 inch. I changed it up from the 13 to the 15 on the back end. I had that thing leaned all the way over. Good God. If I would have had the stock shocks on it, I'd have scraped pegs all the way across. Good Lord, it was bad. So yeah, that thing came off right. I literally took it off right at the next red light. I took that thing off, stuck it in my pocket. I'm like, this is not going back on. Screw this. But yeah, I have the Sportster is the only bike I've had probably in the last 15 years that hasn't had cruise control. So yep, never going back.
What
And
else
that
would you never go back? Let me just ask you guys, what add-on would you never go back?
fog lights. I'm gonna put fog lights on this one as quick as I can.
That heated grips.
Oh, yeah. Love my heated grips.
I don't have heated
And
grips
my
on this
lowered
one.
seat.
And also I'm actually thinking about changing these grips out because I haven't had a grip with metal on it in so long that now I'm realizing how much vibration you actually get through those stupid metal Harley grips.
It's true.
So I'm taking those off and I'm putting some Vans on it as soon as possible. I have some heated grips I can put on it, but they're the like the $80 Throttle Master ones, and I think I'm just gonna go big and get really nice ones. The Throttle Master
How come?
ones work well because the Throttle Master ones have a cheap little heat adjuster. It's got the little plastic box that you push and it goes from low to medium to
okay.
high and then back off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get an actual good one. That might be my Christmas present.
You know, to tell you the truth, Dwight says that Vans grips are nice, but to me,
Yes.
it's like if I'm using my heated grips, they're either all the way on or they're off.
This
But that's just me.
well, the BMW had like 7-step seat heat and throttle heat, and if you had them wide open, and I remember Shaytree said this in a video one time. He was in Vegas. He said if you turn it all the way up, it's gonna seal your butthole shut. It will melt it shut, and it will. It is so stupid hot. It's insane.
Oh, a heated seat?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having one, though. And I tell you, when I was in Utah a couple years ago on that icy road, it would have been so nice.
Even when it was down to 20 degrees, the throttles I could get up to probably level 4. The seat, I never got past level 3 because
Yeah.
that seat got so hot. And that's even when it's down to 20 degrees. I couldn't imagine where you have to be to turn that thing up to level 7. Or you've just got to be a freaking masochist. I mean, into
Yeah.
that kind of weird stuff. I don't know.
I'm afraid it would make me sleepy if I had it really hot and cozy.
Well,
Oh,
it's
that
even.
didn't sound right, did it?
No, that sounded fine. Where's your head, Gmod? Jesus.
Ooh, girl.
If you had it really hot, it'd put you to sleep. Is that what you're saying? You're a bad girl.
I know.
I like to
Anyway,
have my heated grips on low most of the time just because it feels really good on my hands. I don't know. Maybe it's getting
Yeah.
old.
Hang on. Tell me
No,
how.
I
Tell me how.
definitely have the arthritis too.
Tell me how hot it was where you were today.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. It wasn't hot.
What was the
at
temperature?
all. It was
Yeah.
actually.
That's my
It was
point.
like 63, and it was freaking cold today.
It was 98 here.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no need for no. It barely. Like I said, you might have 1, maybe 2 weeks where you can't ride every day here. Other than that, I mean, it's like as soon as you get into the summer, it's 100 degrees. As soon as you get into like are we even into summer or fall yet? What are we into now? Fall, baby.
I think we're almost into fall.
Yeah, it's 95. It was 95 degrees today. We had a false autumn today because it rained and it got down to 80 degrees, and that was right back up to 95 when the rain stopped. So, but for the winter though, I mean, I might just put those throttle bannisters on just for now, but because I'm only going to use them maybe 2 months in the winter, so maybe I don't want to. But I'm definitely taking the metal ones off because the Vans grip is usually what I put on because they're nice and grippy. I've heard people say they don't like them because they get sticky after a couple of years. I don't keep them on that long. I mean, I usually change them out once every couple of years anyway. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh. Truthfully, that's probably why my Dyna hand grips are starting to get my hands all kind of dirty all the time when I'm riding.
yeah.
They're pretty old.
You collect you collect a lot of petroleum. Oh,
Yeah.
I have found one thing about the Street Glide I do not like:
What's up?
the gas cap.
Where is it in the middle?
Because it's so easy. It's so easy to leave it behind at the gas station.
No, you put it in that space between your saddlebag and your back fender. That way, when you get on the bike and you're like, "Oh shit,"
Then
have
it would
right
fall
there.
off.
No, it wouldn't. Because
No, I put
when
it-
you get on the bike, you'll notice.
I always put it on top of the gas pump because
Oh,
no,
no.
if I put it on the seat, I promise you, I will kick it right. I will yeet it into the universe. I will never see it again.
Well, you're a special kind of.
Well, I took off yesterday. Put gas in it. Took off, and I was like, "Man, I smell gas. Am I leaking?" And then I said, because once you pull the pump out, you turn around, you slap the lid down. I just forgot about it. And then I'm like 2 miles down the road, boy, I smell gas. What is that? And I'm like, oh shit. I turn around, go all the way back to the pump, and it was still on top because it's like nobody goes to the gas pump. At 5 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's out except
See,
me because I'm
I
sick.
would have gas all over the side of the bike by that time and all down my clothes.
Yeah, having that
Because I
cap
was
that
overfill.
well, have that cap
Yeah.
on top that you can close, but it just makes you forget about it. The Sportster though, I've got on the Sportster though, and look down. First thing I see is this big hole in the gas tank. I was like, oh, I forgot.
Oh wait, you have a cap over the top of your
It
gas
has
cap?
it has a
Yeah.
giant cover. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I would hate that.
it's very
Yeah.
just yeah. It gets
Yeah.
but just by habit, you turn around. Oh, it's open, and close it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved my 2019 the Road Glide when it opened up. You
Uh-huh.
just put the gas tank, or you just put the gas nozzle in there. There was no cap or anything, so
Right.
put it in, pull
Yeah.
it out.
That's how the BMW was. You pop it up, and
Yeah.
it's got a seal on it.
Centerfill Biker girl?
No, that one was not Centerfill. It was,
I don't know
was
why, but for some reason I do not like a center fill. I don't know.
Don't
It splashes more.
I don't know. It's awkward.
Yeah.
A Centerfill
Yeah,
splashes
that's probably
more.
it. Yeah.
But other than that, I love that bike to pieces.
Hey,
I'm glad you guys.
I think
Yeah, yeah.
the only bike I've ever had that wasn't Centerfill was a Triumph. No, the Suzuki wasn't Centerfill. So, but yeah, other than that, they're all right down the middle.
Yeah, it's the one thing I dislike about my Street Glide. Well, the heavy Street Glide.
I'm gonna try to look for something else that maybe is
you
like
have to stop.
all the time attached. And it's such a weird gas cap too. It's like really tiny. It's like this big around. It's stupid. I hate it.
You don't
And-
like the tiny ones, huh?
No, if I can't get a big wide fat one, I don't want it. Worthless. California people are so weird. Both of you are West Coast and you can't get your minds out of the gutter. I see a pattern. I see a pattern here.
I'm left unattended. I have no excuse.
uh,
Yeah, Snakebit City has the flush mount cap. I'm gonna look out and see what else is out there. Oh, and the other thing is it's like spring loaded, and I kept trying to make it lock down. I didn't know if it was supposed to lock down or not. And then I finally realized it just like it when you put the thing down, it like closes the vent on it. It's like automatic venting when you pop it up. It pops up once you open the lid. Very weird.
cool.
I got to find something else though because it's too distracting.
Yeah.
And also, it's like right above the frickin' the lever to turn it on, and I keep bumping it, and it like releases, and as soon as I start driving, it pops up, as Joe said the other day.
Right. It was
So-
like a sealable on a spring when you close it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking to her. Got a new product idea.
I
Drew,
had one on a spring as well, but you pushed it down and then you twisted it like a quarter turn and it would close.
No.
okay, I'll try that.
How you opened it.
I'll try that next time I go out there. Maybe that's why it keeps
No more
popping
bites.
it up too. I'm supposed to lock it down, but it's so tiny and it's hard to grip. It's like smooth, and I've got to take my gloves off to grab it. Chima, stop.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Too easy.
Gutter winch. Gutter winch. All
Nope,
right.
someone else.
He set himself up for that one. I'm sorry.
Hog Rider, welcome in. Yeah, Drew said he holds the gas cap in his hands. Well, how are you supposed to text if you got a gas cap in your hand? That's ridiculous.
Well, in Washington State, we have the filler thing, and the gas thing has the filler boot over it, so you have to pull the boot back while you activate the gas pump. In the other hand, so you
Missouri
can't
had
do
that too. Yeah, Missouri had those
Yeah.
too because you go to the QT, and when you can't get the nozzle all the way in, so you'd have to grab the boot and pull it back, and,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
pump.
Yeah, we do
And
as well.
yeah, so it's like really stupid.
Has to be fully seated. You can't do a top off. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Living the biker life is a totally different animal. I'm telling you. I tell you.
real world problems here.
Yeah, Missouri. It was so weird. It not only did it have the boot, but it had like the elephant trunk. So like the thing is, shut up, shut up. You got to pull the foreskin back, stick it
It
in.
wouldn't go into the tiny little hole.
Women, God. All right.
What the hell?
Wife unit is not helping.
What is she saying?
She says she's trying really hard to filter herself, but
She's doing good tonight. She's doing good
so we're
tonight.
on the same wavelength. So I know what she's thinking.
Them old lady brains. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, shush.
It sounds unsanitary.
Did-
It
did-
does.
That's a good one, Drew.
I mean, he's got like both
Yeah.
hands in there as far as I can tell.
yeah, I don't like the gas pumps with foreskin.
Time.
I like my gas pump circumcised. Take that foreskin off. I don't like it. It's not kosher. No, exactly. There you go.
Oh, Lordy.
Anyway. All right,
My
so
dog likes Cheez-Its.
Doug, you're making it to the camp out.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yep.
Gma, you're making it to the camp out.
Duh.
Biker girl, you're making it to the camp out. Quitter,
Sorry, guys.
quitter.
I know. I'm not a quitter.
Oh, yes, you are.
I'm a quitter.
Gma says I'm an absolute angel, but y'all said foreskin. You can't not laugh when you hear foreskin because you remember every joke you've ever heard about it.
You're attributing that to the wrong dirty old lady. Wife unit said that.
Hog Rider, gotta run. Have a good one, man. That reminds me of the
Bye,
old
dude.
joke about
Thanks for
Texas.
stopping in.
Yeah, all Texas boys get foreskin boots when
Okay.
they're born. That way, when they grow, you can rub them and they grow as they grow.
Oh, my God.
Oh my. I've never
Anyway.
heard that before.
What? You never heard that joke? Okay.
Uh-uh.
Oh,
Paul Beardsley, welcome in.
Paul, welcome. What she said. All right. So we're back on Rex. What else is going on? So Biker Girl, what's more important than coming to Forgotten Angels?
I need to have PTO. I'm sorry, guys. I will plan better for next year.
All right.
Didn't we have this discussion last year, Biker Girl?
No.
Yes, we did.
not.
We did.
This this is my first year.
Well, I think we had it back in March.
We talked about it in March, and I wasn't going in March, but we were talking about it, and she said she was going to go in October. And then she decided to go to Mexico instead.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Never mind. I can't. So, anyways, I was okay.
She went to Mexico
Sorry.
instead. It's fine.
I did. But
And-
All good.
that was,
Yeah.
you know, just because Crazy Biker Bitch is an airline stewardess and has free flights, and we can't go to Sturgis, so we went to Mexico.
I hope you had fun.
We had no fun at all.
Good. Good.
We promise.
Excellent. Tomorrow, I'm going to a motorcycle drag race. I talked about this earlier. But
Yep.
Southern Thunder rented a drag strip for the whole day. So they're going to go down, and the professionals are going to race for the first 2 or 3 hours, and then it's going to be grudge matches. It's going to be throwdowns for the rest of the day. So people are going to be riding their street bikes down there. So I'm going to get as much video as possible because it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And they're going to have mini bike racing out in the field, so that'll be cool too.
Okay.
So Doug, you
I
decide
am going
which.
to a funeral in the morning.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun. That doesn't sound like video
Well,
material.
I'm not. It's a local rider that has been sick for a while, and his family just wanted some people that ride to show up. So it wasn't somebody that I knew per se, but we've kind of been in the same group for years and years and years. So I'll go. Because I remember when everybody showed up for my brother's funeral, and it was pretty comforting to see. So I'll go.
Yeah. That'll work.
Besides, I went out and got video today.
What's your next video on?
Out and doing errands in Tacoma. It might be about my new helmet because I just went and picked it up today.
So I'm not using my Carper ride anymore, and it's already set up, and I've also got the other one. So when you come, I can set either one of those other ones up, and you can use those.
Okay.
What's not working
So
on your
you-
Carper ride right now? What is it not doing?
Well, what it's not doing is I can get it to work and everything, but there's no audio coming through the Cardo. It's like it hooks up to my phone and everything. And I've tried everything that it says, and I've been back and forth with the manufacturer. Like they want you to turn your Cardo off and don't run your Cardo through your phone. Run your Cardo through your CarPuride. Well, they don't tell you how to do that. And then so I do the thing where the CarPuride tells me, yes, you've got Bluetooth. And you should have, you should have noise coming out now, but there's never any noise. And I'm not riding cross country with no tunes.
Yeah, I can either put this one on because it's already set up, or
Okay.
you can look through what I have in the setups, or I can give you the other one, or I may be getting another one from another company that's a miniature thing. It looks like a big phone, and that one is is like a controller. It doesn't do all the stuff the CarPride does, but you can put your maps on it. You can put your Android Auto on it, but it acts as a controller, not as a media head.
Yeah, I don't really like the idea of having my really spendy phone sitting out in the middle of the weather. And also the CarPuride has bigger print because
Yes.
I need to get some glasses apparently.
I'm with you. I'm telling you. So yeah, try this
So
when you get
should-
here. We'll try it, see if it works better.
Okay, so should I bring my unit with me or should I mail it down there or
Is
what?
is your cable still on the bike, or did you take it off?
Oh yeah, the cable is on the road tank.
Okay, then I'll just plug this unit into the one you have, and
Okay.
it'll be fine.
All right. Well, that's good because I was wondering how I was gonna get space to bring it along with me if it's a non-usable part.
No. I'll put one of these on there. If yours doesn't work, don't bring it. I'll put this one on
Okay,
when you
cool.
get here, and we'll make it work. Funny story.
I
So
appreciate you.
so today I get what the hell?
What? Oh, that's so cute! I need one of those.
No.
That's adorable.
Go away. Go away. No, don't do it again. I don't like it. I don't like it. Go away.
I love it.
I hate it. Go
Is it-
away.
Chewy.com.
No, it's just a local feed store.
Oh. Bubba needs one of those.
What was I saying?
Bubba
Oh,
likes really weird toys.
anyway, so I get mail today, and it's the luggage rack for the Street Glide.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I can't open it until tomorrow because I got to make a video of the opening and the unboxing for the YouTube. And we get in the car to go out to dinner, and then I realize nobody sent this to me. I bought it with my own money. I'm so used to them sending me things now to open up and do the unboxing and to make videos on. I just automatically thought that it was mine. You know, I had to make a video on it. So
Make sort of your own video.
I'll still make a video on it, but I don't have to do the entire stupid commercial thing. So
Very cool. Did you have the docking hardware already installed on it?
it already has the posts because the backrest. I have the docking hardware for the backrest, so the aux posts are already there on the hardware that the backrest bolts to, or the clips to.
Cool.
So it's got its own docking hardware also, but I don't think I need it. If I do, then I'll change what I need to change. But I think it's already all there.
Cool.
But I didn't open the box, so I don't know.
You could take that off if you wanted to and put on like a tour pack.
I have looked at a tour pack, and I've looked at a couple, and I found some nice priced ones. But because I'm so used to people sending me free shit to try on YouTube, that I'm waiting for someone to send me one.
I bought the one off of Amazon, and then I bought hardware for it, the docking hardware and the replacement latch. And locking set made a huge difference.
That is probably the most annoying noise.
So damn cute.
I'm about to mute you.
Oh, man.
I hate that noise.
You take the chicken away.
I'll be right back. I have to go put the cone on Bubba.
You have to put the cone on Bubba. Dude, I am very, I don't know what the,
Took the chicken away.
yeah, I don't know what the word is, but the thing where noises really, certain noises just bother you, make you want to like punch midgets. And that's
Hey
one.
now.
Yeah.
Lucky for you, there's no midgets here.
I'll find a midget. You watch me. I just also noticed I have the wrong shirt on. I put a Harley shirt out to wear and I end up putting on my sleep shirt, my Trash Panda shirt.
Well, we
This is
tell.
That's one of my sleep shirts. So I got a bunch of sleep shirts from $6 shirts, and it's like has a picture. You know, it's a snake and it says Danger Noodle, and it's the raccoon. It says Trash Panda, and I got one that says one's a ferret. I gave it to Diana, and it was like a Slinky. It says Slinky Cat or something. But anyway, I got 10 of them, and it's all these weird animals. So. But it's got their alternative names on them. It's too funny.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, look at that little cupcake. Oh my gosh.
He is
Look at
pissed.
why?
Well,
Why?
because it's itchy season here,
Aw.
and His Little Highness gives himself hot spots, and he does really well with the cone. He just needs to be reminded that he, number one, can't bite mommy, and number two, shouldn't chew on himself.
I think we're gonna have to get one for our nerd because she gets itchy ears, and she doesn't do like a scratch like this. She like tries to stick her whole paw in her ear,
Yeah.
and we may have to get her. And we have she does the wipes for. They look like the little Stridex pads that you wipe their ears
Yeah.
out with. But it's like when she cuts her ear inside when she does that. And it's like, you
I
little
also
idiot.
think I think with Bubba it might be because his back is bothering him. But as soon as the ketamine injections sink in, he'll stop this.
Say try an antihistamine on your dog for scratching.
I cannot get my dog to take pills. He bites really hard.
Put it in a peanut butter sandwich. Put it in a peanut butter sandwich.
No, tried it. Sorry, tried it. I've tried peanut butter. I have tried peanut butter and honey. I can get him to eat ice cream, but as soon as you put a pill or any kind of medication in it, he's like, "Fuck this." I've tried cooked hamburger.
We have these little hollow dog treats.
You see where I'm going with this? I tried the hollow dog treats years ago. He's like, he snips them and just like, "Fuck this shit." Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I grind them up into a powder and then mix it into
language.
whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Really.
I know. Well, I resorted to buying some vanilla ice cream the other day and sprinkling his probiotics on it. So the vet informed me that, you're probably doing just as much bad with good with that. So
Unfortunately.
I cooked him hamburger today and we started on the probiotics. You want to come up here? Come on.
If any of you guys need, um, just because I used to own a food store, there is a allergy sensitivity test you can give your dog. It's a saliva swab, and you can buy it on Amazon. It's under $100, and
Will
you
you
know,
send me the name of it?
yeah, you swab them, put it inside a vial, you mail it off. It takes a couple weeks, and they email you the results, and it's just like it ignores you what your dog is really allergic to, has reactions or sensitivities to, and then just everything else is fine. And
Do
that's
you remember
how I
what the
was.
name is?
Yeah, I do. It's called Allergy Test My Pet. ATM, Allergy Test My Pet. And it's on Amazon. And you
Thanks.
can go down a rabbit hole about DNA tests. Nope, just allergy test. It's like 89 or $90.
You know
And
what?
it's
That
just
would
really,
be so well worth it. I mean,
yeah.
I'm like, uh, this week, last week I spent $500. This week, I put my credit card in the machine and I said, don't tell me, just send it
I
to me.
I
I
know,
don't want
right?
to know. Yeah.
Same thing. I've got bullies.
Yeah.
They're notoriously have allergies. I've got three
Yeah.
that have different allergies. And I hear
I mean,
people
and
all
what
the
can you do?
time,
What can you
like,
do?
what can I feed my dog? What can I put him on? What are you feeding your dog?
Yeah.
Stop. Find out what
Yeah.
they can have first, and then you can find a food.
I did not even know that was an option.
Yeah. And you can do it at your vet. It's heinously expensive, but I'm sure it's a much
Yeah.
better test. This one, just
Yeah.
that saliva swab.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love
Well,
it.
they're wanting to do like ultrasounds and x-rays and scans. And I'm like, so $6,000 for all that. And that's before we even talk about the fact that I already know he has a bad back. And
Yeah.
so then they'll want to do surgery on a dog that I can't get to take pills anyway, even on the best of days. So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
you know, I'll just take him for what time I can have with him.
Suppository.
Yeah, he doesn't do butt stuff. He bit the vet. He bit
Oh
the
no.
vet. She's like, I had to put a muzzle on him. It's like, sorry, I should have warned you.
You ever seen a muzzle on a Frenchie? They look like Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, I
Because they
know,
got this
right?
face.
Yeah. Well, Bubba's the same way. They have this big round ball thing they clap on their heads, and it's like a two-piece thing, and they put it on. I'm like,
Oh my
I refuse to be in the room while they do that because mommy can't be associated with painful stuff.
God.
So anyway, and then
Sorry, I'm definitely radical. My bad.
oh, it's fine. It gave Doug time to eat. So
Oh,
so they're talking about the bitter
that
spray
reminds
and
me, I have
stuff.
food in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're talking about the bitter spray to spray on keep them from eating. When I was a kid, my cousins would all bite their nails literally down to the quick, and so my aunt bought this banana fingernail polish, and it's supposed to taste like it smells like bananas, but it tastes like burnt cigarettes. It's
Ew.
horrible. And she put that on their fingers, and we walk in the room, and they're like sucking each other's fingers because it's a game now to see how long you can keep your fingers in your mouth. It was like,
Oh my God.
and it was nasty shit too. It was bad. Oh, it was so bad. But yeah, you can't. It's like the game. Oh, smell this. Oh, that smells horrible. Here, smell it. Really? Oh, yeah, it is horrible. Oh, let me see it again. Oh, yeah, that does smell like crap. Oh, crap. You can't. I don't know. Sometimes IQs are just too low. Christian Biker, welcome in. So anyway, kids, stupid kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm. It's amazing I lived. Here's what I've just determined. There's no way that all this lead paint actually was bad for you, because it's like it looks a lot like taffy. I'm gonna say it. That's all I'm gonna say. So and I turned out fine. Look at me. So
Okay. So I got Shay Lacey's birthday present in the mail today.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it should get there on Monday. I'm hoping that Josh remembers he said he would try to get some pictures or video for me. She's going to love it. I made her a book with a little kit on the. I can talk about it because I know she's not in here. Um, I made a little like journal inside a big hardcover with a curved spine, and on the inside it's also got this little box that I handcrafted. Let me just tell you, something that's fiddly as F is building a box with 4 sides and individual containers on the inside. Yeah, but turned out really cute.
That's awesome. I watched your YouTube actually just yesterday about one of your
Uh-huh.
books. It was really
How
cool.
neat. Thanks.
Yeah.
I know it's not much of a crossover, but I'm way too lazy to start a separate channel for my books.
I'm afraid to use the book. They're so nice that I'm like, I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna
Use it. I'll
tear
make
it.
you
I'm
another
gonna rip
one.
it out. But it's so nice.
No,
No,
I
it's
said
too
it to
nice.
be used.
The little sailor one was so cool
Yeah.
looking. I mean, I have the small one. I have the little small one, like a little pocketbook size. But the one with this with the sailor cover on it, I'm like the
Yeah.
captain cover. I'm like, I can't use this. It's too nice. So I put it up on. It's up on my shelf. So
Okay.
for you guys who haven't seen it, check this out.
Aw.
Wait.
He and Diana were my Patreons of the month, so. Yeah, it's one of the books I made.
Woo-woo. Oh my God, that's adorable.
The book is from the 1940s, and what I did was I gutted it and I saved the pages. The book had no value, but I added stuff.
I love it.
It's got a combination of lined pages and some clip art that I put in from some nautical books that I had.
Yeah, it's got little. What is this? Little starfish, little shells, a little map. It's cool.
I'm so
cool
glad you
nautical
like
stuff.
it, Rainey.
And then
Yeah.
a little sticker in the back. Ah,
Yep. Yeah.
but it's too cool to use. I mean,
No, it's not. Use it. Fill up those lined pages. I'll make you another one.
It's too special not to use.
it needs to be used for something special. Let's put it that way. So
Oh, like your trip to Forgotten Angels
Yes.
in Akima?
yes,
Okay. Heck yeah. See?
oh, it's a whale. Hey, there's a whale in here.
Brown
Look at
chicken just stopped by for. Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool?
that. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not
Discoveries.
using this for anything. Okay, no,
When I'm making books, what I do is I go through things, and as I find really cool pictures, I'll put them aside in a basket, and I write the theme on the side of it. And so it's like my big closet over there. It's just baskets of cool ideas.
it is very cool.
Closet of cool ideas.
Yeah. You don't want to see in my brain. It's really scary.
It's probably triple X. I've heard you talk.
Yep.
Mine would be the brain of bad ideas. Okay. It's the skull full of bad ideas.
Oh,
An
that's wonderful.
experience doing that.
So, Rainey's thing on the description on YouTube was it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. What are the after effects and how do you prepare?
How do you mitigate the risks? So
You know, there's
Yeah.
something to be said about wearing the proper gear.
That's
Starting
true.
with a helmet.
Yeah.
You know, I came from Wisconsin, Minnesota, Wisconsin. There is no helmet law. Growing up as a kid, I never wore a helmet. I didn't
I
wear
never
a
did
helmet
either.
until I got my first bike, and my husband asked me, please, wear a helmet. And so I did. It was a half helmet, you know, and over the years I've actually morphed into, you know, the full face helmet. So wearing a helmet,
Yep.
as much helmet as you are wearing, I think is incredible. And then, you know, just went from there. Gloves. People will say, just for the slide, not the ride. There's times it's hot out, and I will be out there with my short sleeves on. Hell yeah.
I'm
That's,
trying
you know,
not to slide, so Yeah, I get it. But the other thing is, I know that personally, I don't want to wear so much gear on a hot day that I can't concentrate.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I'll never forget there was somebody at the campground. I won't call him out, but we went to go to breakfast, and it looked like he was wearing. He looked like he was about to go weld in a shipyard. And I was like, "Holy crap! You've got to be hot." And he's like, "No, I'm fine." He was boiling sweat, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you look like
Yeah.
you're about to die." And he goes, "Nope, I'm fine." Okay, if you're fine, okay, cool. But yeah, I can't. I'm a heavy sweater anyway, so I mean, if it's too hot, so I like for if getting on the highway taking trips, I've got a fisherman's jacket. You know, like the Virgil Ward type, long sleeve shirt with a button up that has vents and stuff in it. But
Yep.
that's all if I'm going to be up on the bike on the highway moving. When I'm
Yeah.
just doing city stuff and rolling around the city, dude, I've got to get the sleeves off. It's just too hot. But still helmet. I can't go without the
Yeah.
helmet. I might flip the helmet up because I do a modular now, so I might flip the front of it up.
Yeah.
I might definitely but I'll always have on the boots, always have gloves, always have a helmet.
Yeah.
I try and do like a long sleeve, like a Dixon or something, just to have the long sleeve. But yeah, there's days.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
your sleeve in your little purple one. You can't call those sleeves. You have to have both sleeves on to say you have sleeves.
I don't like to run around sleeveless on my bike because, there's so many bugs out there and the road grime. And so I'm going to get some of those things that Steve just started coming out with. But in the past from Amazon, I have gotten those SPF 70 shirts that you can get. And they're full length sleeves and they got the little thumb hole and everything. And they work really, really well. And not solicited advice, but they work really well for me when it's too hot to ride with a full gear jacket on.
Yeah.
But
I get
yeah,
those.
So,
I get those from Academy. I get the Magellan ones from Academy, and
Yeah.
I've got two now. Plus the button up one that somebody gave me. It's especially in construction zones, and I found this out when I was on the bike the other day. The dust was blowing up, and the sand is like eating your skin away.
it is
So
painful.
you've got to have something on, yeah.
Yep.
And the poor bike getting the paint job destroyed on it, but yeah, I didn't own a helmet until I moved to Arkansas. I had a helmet when I was a teenager, never wore it. I took it to art class and everybody painted on it with paint markers. Never actually wore it. So, yep, and it's just funny now thinking I would ever not wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Doug, what
I mean, if I'm just running the Sportster down to the shop or something, it qualifies as an antique, so I'll run it without it. But it's just like 3 blocks.
Doug, what bike you bringing down to Forgotten Angels?
The electric glide.
Okay.
You're riding it. Yeah. So, I think it's going to carry more gear than any of the others. So
That counts. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get all the gear I have. I'm definitely going to have to leave stuff behind because I'm going to have a whole lot less room on this bike unless I figure something out. Because the saddlebags are a lot
Are you
smaller.
camping, Rainey?
Yes. The tent I have is not the tent I usually bring. Since it's just going to be me going, I'm going to bring just a smaller tent. So that'll cut down a whole lot of room. But then I'm going to have a full sleeping bag, not the little. The ones we had before were like 60-degree sleeping bags. I'm bringing a 40 this time. A little fluffier, but I can also. I mean, you can always take a sleeping bag off. You can't make more
Yeah.
sleeping bag when it gets cold. You can take it off. You can open it up, but you can't make it thicker. Yeah, I'm going to try to go very minimum this time. I'm only bringing 2 cameras, maybe 3. I might bring the 360, but I'm not bringing the full panning camera this time. So I'll try to minimize this time.
Well, I have a GoPro 7 and a 10 that is miserable to try to figure out. Maybe I'll bring the 10 along just for fun, but I take pretty decent pictures with my phone.
What
What kind of
pictures.
pizza we have in Biker Girl?
You know what? It's Tombstone. Friday night pizza night.
My grandson is the best cook. Great choice for a roommate, I'm telling you, man. It is 7 o'clock here, but it's Friday night, so he's out with his friends. But let me just tell you, we will have grilled steaks. He will make a frozen pizza, and he adds on stuff. But yeah,
That's what I do. I'll go to Aldi's and get the cheese pizza or get a simple pizza and then add my own stuff
Yep.
to it.
oh yeah, yep.
I'm hungry again. We went out for Chinese tonight and I'm hungry. I'm already hungry again.
Didn't I make a pizza on here one night?
You did. You did.
Yeah.
You did. That was a long time back, Doug.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I got lazy tonight. We just bought it. We just ordered it. So,
I'm just
So-
finishing my lasagna.
So for
I
wife
thought I
unit,
had it in here.
for wife unit, when I wrecked the BMW, they told me I couldn't ride a motorcycle for 6 weeks, and I understood that as I can't ride the big bike for 6 weeks. The Sportster I can ride day after tomorrow, because it's obviously easier to handle than the big bike, so counts.
I
I find them to be so top heavy.
have no room to talk about neck injuries and riding a bike. I fractured a vertebrae when I was active duty, and the day I discovered it weeks later, actually, and they went into a panic. Anyway, they said, wear this brace around your neck and everything, and I said, cool. And I walked outside, took the brace off, got on the air, and saw So I can't say anything about injuries on the neck. Don't do like I did.
Wife unit, for shame. Yeah,
I have some,
she's a dirty girl.
Moto leggings. Christian Biker was talking about wears a helmet and gloves, wears boots and a jacket on longer trips, and then we'll wear chaps if it's under 60. But I have some pants that are Kevlar lined. They're called Street to Steel Moto leggings, and they're pretty nice because they are actually Aramid, which is non-industry Kevlar, and they're lined to the shins with that stuff. So they're pretty impervious to like rain and wind. And I don't know about crash resistance because I don't plan on checking that out, but I'm going to take their word.
I'll try them.
Yeah.
Just need a little ice. You're good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. I hear suspicious noises. I'll be right back.
It's a scratching.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know. The camp out, Jerry said that I could crash in his RV, but
Good God.
he's not going to know if he's going until the week before.
Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna have the tent, and every year Buck says, "Stay in my trailer. Stay in my trailer. It's just me in there. Stay in the trailer." So one of the last streams we're all on, I said, "All right, I'm gonna be getting there probably really late. Maybe I'll just stay in your trailer." He goes, "Oh, well, I'm bringing a bunch of people and we're sleeping in the trailer." And I'm like, "Okay, never mind."
Bring the tent anyway.
The small tent's easier to put up. So I mean, it doesn't take long.
Yeah, I've got one of those, a couple of the 3-second tents, so I'll probably just bring the small one.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
Well, if I do wind up having to camp while I'm there, I'm just going to borrow Paco Pete's stuff because I know exactly where it is in the shed.
Well, I have another tent in the shed, and plus a bunch of chairs. And David was naming off a bunch of stuff last time when he was on. I was like, I didn't know I left all that crap there. And he goes, "You left all kinds of shit here. 2 boxes
Yep,
of
you
stuff."
did.
And I'm like, "All right,
You did. I saw it all when I was there last time.
we'll have it for this time then."
Yeah.
I'll eventually clean up my mess, but probably not this time.
Well, I'm blasting out Sunday morning. I'm not staying around for the Monday ride because I need to be back in Tacoma the 1st. I'm pretty sure I can make it home in 5 days with no problem. So,
Well, I'm not planning on. I'm planning on leaving Sunday morning and getting there back home Sunday night to work Monday morning.
okay.
I'm putting in for Monday off just in case, but
Right.
I would rather be home then. Again, if things happen, things happen. Like last time, 3 of the times before that, I left and I was home that night, and I made it back by midnight. But the last trip I took, once I got into the turnoff to go to Osceola, I was on that turnoff for like 3 hours walking the bike. And by the time I actually
Lord.
got to Atlanta, I was dead. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we're not doing this.
Yep.
We're stopping.
Yep.
So I stopped overnight. I mean, not Atlanta. No, I stopped in Tipton. I didn't even make it to Atlanta. But I
Yeah.
stopped it because I had to. I didn't get to Tipton until like 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, okay, I got another 8 hours
Damn.
of riding. We're not doing this tonight.
Yeah.
So just sometimes it happens. Sometimes your schedule gets thrown off. Semper Gumby. Be flexible.
Yep. This is true.
Too late for
Christian, biker, shame on you. You're being a bad example.
that.
I'm trying to behave.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to. Paul says it's just like me. I'm trying to use the 360 more. Trying to get. I'm getting better at editing it, but usually like for the weekend videos, I've got the weekend to film and edit. So I'm filming Saturday, trying to edit Sunday, and everything's happening Sunday. So I'm like, I get down to like I don't get to start editing on Sunday until like 2 or 3 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I got to have this done tonight. So we're going to just
Yeah.
do the easy trip and not do the 360 because I've got all this other footage, but.
Yeah.
This weekend should make itself. So I'm gonna go to the racetrack and film there. That should be an easy 30-minute video there.
Oh.
And hopefully nobody will wreck. It'll all be cool videos. But if it is a wreck, that's even better for the video, for content. Cat. I got to send you a cat video. I put it on Instagram, but I got to send it to you, Jima. It's funny.
Okay.
It's a cat video. Love cat videos. All right, y'all.
I do too, actually.
We have gone to
We
our.
should probably pack it in for the night, huh?
Yep, I'm gonna. So
Okay.
we're planning. Me and Gma will plan on making it to Forgotten Angels. I'm leaving Wednesday. If she decides to go with me, we're leaving Wednesday. Might get there late Wednesday
yeah.
night, or we might stay in Tipton because there's an Olive Garden across the street. You never know how things are going to be. I want to be flexible.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Tipton might be a definite option for me because
Well,
I
I've-
don't push myself past when I feel comfortable riding.
Well, I've never rode this bike before, so it's comfortable. Like the longest trip I've taken so far, and it's 4 hours. So, and it's been
Wow.
awesome. It was awesome for 4 hours. I don't know how it's going to be after 13 hours. So we'll see.
I can tell you the difference between a smaller bike and a big bike in the wind is, and it's weird because like the Dyna, it and you will move in wind, but like on the Road King, I move. The bike just stays where I'm pointing it, and I fly around. It's kind of weird,
Yeah.
but so it'll take a little bit of getting used to for you.
Well, the
But you'll
road
adapt.
glide is only, or the street glide is only like 100 pounds less than the BMW.
Yeah,
Whereas the Sportster is like 450 pounds less than the BMW. So
yeah,
and it's somewhere weirdly enough, I thought the BMW would be more steady in the wind, and I think so far the street glide has been more steady in the wind, probably because it's lower. So we'll see. We'll see when it gets down to Florida how the Florida wind treats it. But we're gonna go ahead. So final thoughts, just a biker girl dancing in her pants over there.
Goodness. Yeah, absolutely. So, on the theme of dress for the slide and not the ride, definitely put some thought into your gear. Be deliberate. I mean, enjoy your ride.
Yep.
But let's look at what we can do to make it safer. Whether it is looking for different pants that have that Kevlar lining, whether it's looking for just invest in yourself. That's what I'm saying. Is put on the gloves. We don't want to experience that deep glove.
Oh,
where
no.
you go down and watch it and
Yeah.
it takes all your skin off. That's what I have to say. And then again, be kind.
yep.
Be kind. Yep. You ain't got to.
Be kind.
You ain't got to believe in everything that goes on, but you don't have to be a jerk about it either. So,
Right. Yep.
Doug.
I don't know things. I try to think of things and it hurts my brain.
You know things.
So-
He does.
So what Doug is saying is roll with it.
Well, like for tonight's topic, if we've all said it when we wrecked our bikes, I knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
It's just thinking ahead of that. And Always give the banana. Give the banana instead of money.
Have you ever heard? It was a big thing I think in the '90s called the erroneous zone. Your mind will tell you you're going to do something before you do it. It'll give you a chance to stop. It's like when you pick up a knife and you're doing something. Oh, I'm going to cut myself. Oh, I'm going to cut myself. Oh shit! I cut myself. Your
Yeah.
body tells you you're going to do it. Listen to your brain. Listen to your small brain. Listen to your monkey brain because it's smarter than your big brain most of the time.
There's like
Yeah.
13. There's 13 people in here running around, and one of them just wants to find everything smart ass to say. And the other 12 just kind of sit back and go, there he goes. He's gonna say it. I know he's gonna say it. And it happens. Okay.
It's funny. The smart voice usually gets overruled by all the other ones.
No, it's the other way around. So I've got a lot of experience doing really stupid things.
Gma, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Agreed. Be kind. Be as kind as you possibly can, because you never know what kind of a day somebody else might be having, and you could be that person that makes that difference.
Yep.
And
Absolutely. I've said it before.
And-
You may be the best thing that happens to a person all day long.
I have always been a believer in the ripples in the pond theory, and what you send out there is what you're going to get back. So, yeah. And when they piss you off, be kind. It's your best defense.
Yeah, I heard one the other day that says, "Take no crap, but you don't have to give crap." You don't have to take crap, but you don't have to give crap.
Right.
With that, let's find some cool exit music.
By the way, she agreed.
Okay.
She said, yeah, when I piss you off, be kind.
Yeah, be kind. Let's do. I love this song. I don't know why. Let's play it again. All right, so like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. If you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead. I think most people have ducked, but if you guys are planning on going to the Forgotten Heroes compound, to the cookout, camp out, comment below, tell us when you're going to be there, and we'll all try to meet up. There is going to be the costume ride on Friday morning and the sandwich and Bible study on Saturday morning. So look for us there. If you see us, ask for a sticker. Gma has stickers. I have stickers. Biker Girl has no stickers, but it doesn't matter because she ain't coming. Doug might get. Doug, you got stickers yet?
Ton of stickers.
Doug has stickers. All right, so everybody, I've enjoyed having you here. So see you next time.